Hello guys, it's Miriam here and it's January, so we are going to do the 10 January decks video. In December I did 10 December decks, so I'm going to try to do this every month this year. So 10 January decks, 10 February decks, and so on. So let's just start with the first one. The first one isn't a tarot or oracle deck. It is The Witch's Year, Modern Magic in 52 cards. Now I know the Witch's Year doesn't start 1st of January, but I still think it would be nice to start working with this deck in January still. Here we have all the different cycles of the Witch's Year. So yeah, winter solstice, so I can't talk. You have the moon and moon rituals and plants that are associated with it. And you can see here on the back, you have mistletoe, holly, ivy, and so on. So this is a deck that will help you to connect with the different cycles of the year. And yeah, it's a little bit different things, even crystals. See, here you have crystals that is suited for embolic and so on. So yeah, I thought this is this would be a deck that is great to start with in January, even though the Witch's Year doesn't start in January. So that's the first one. Putting that aside. And next up, I thought I would include an inspiration deck as well. This one is from Lucy Cavendish. And yeah, it's nice to just have cards that you can pull for some inspiration as well. All the backs have the same picture, so it's not exciting in that way. But it's a lot of nice messages, and it is nice to use if you want to do a reading, for example, and you don't really know what to do a reading about. It could be nice to pick one of these cards and then find what kind of questions you want to ask the tarot according to the card you pull from this deck. But you could also just pick it in the morning, during the day, or before going to bed as well. This is very cute. It reminds me of a deck that my mother had, or I don't know if I could call it deck. It was shaped like a little Bible, and it had verses from the Bible in small cards like this. And I wasn't obsessed with the Bible or anything, but I really liked pulling the cards from the box like this. It was a whole lot more cards than this though. So yeah, that's probably why I think this box is so cute, because it reminds me of my mom. January is also a dark month, and I think it's extra nice to connect with the moon during winter time, and that's why I chose Moon Magic book and card deck. It has a little bit bigger guidebook here. The cardstock though are I don't like these stuff here. Anyways, the cards are kind of thin though, but I think the artwork is quite nice, and most of them are quite dark. Obviously it's night and it's dark at night, but it's just yeah, I really like moon decks or connecting with the moon, especially during winter because it is a darker month, and yeah, it's kind of sad during this dark winter time. So the moon is kind of the lights in winter, if you get what I mean. At least here in Norway, that's the light we get in the darkest time of year. So I think it's important to enjoy the moon a little bit extra during winter. As you know, during winter, at least here in Norway, because it is so dark, a lot of people get winter depressions. I think Norway is pretty far up on, yeah, statistically. Oh my God, I can't talk today, Jesus. Anyways, a lot of people get winter depression during winter here in Norway because it is so dark. It's not a lot of sun at all, and a lot of people stay inside, so we're not as social during winter either. It's like December is nice, and then January is probably the most depressing month out of the whole year. February is also. So I thought this deck, Gentle Creatures Wisdom deck, that's a very comforting deck, which I think a lot of people could benefit from using during kind of lonely or sad winter, if you know, get what I mean. It's a very cute deck and comforting deck. So if you're feeling a little bit lonely, like this guy looks to be, this is a good deck to use. And again, the cards are not that thick, but I don't really mind. When the cards aren't that thick, it makes it kind of easier to shuffle. And then this is kind of dark, or should I say it's more gray. And January is the month that I think, okay, this back though is quite cute. Or maybe not really, because this fairy's taking a baby. Anyway, the art style is kind of gray, and January is the grayest month out of all the months, if you ask me. So this is kind of the feel I get from this deck at this moment. I'm not saying that the decks that I pick for January now only fits for January. In no way. You can use whatever deck you want, whenever you want. But I picked this card for January because it is so gray. And, you know, I feel like December is like the mystical dark blue color and white, the white snow. But in January I feel like the snow kind of melts down and the cars have driven on the road, so the snow becomes sloppy and gray, if you get what I mean. And that's where I feel like these colors here come in. Not that I feel that about this deck, that it's sloppy like dirty snow or anything, but because it's quite nice. But yeah, because of the dark gray colors, I feel it suits for January. I would probably say that's the month I feel this deck suits the most, probably. Next up, I have chosen Revelations Tarot. And this artwork here, oh my, I really like the artwork here. There's a bit from the guidebook. You have the dark blue that fits for the winter sky, but I feel like in some way these cards are kind of chaotic. You know, they are reversed, and that's one of the things I like about this deck. But they are kind of chaotic at the same time, and somehow I feel like January is kind of chaotic. You know, after December you had a small vacation, eating good food and everything, and then it's back to the chaotic every day in January. Getting busy, I guess. But I really like this artwork though. I would really like to like blow these pictures up and I have maybe 3 of them hanging on the wall. I could even have like one of the same picture or two of the same picture, just each way hanging. Yeah, especially this one, the moon. I would love to have this hanging on my wall, one on that side and like this on the other side. I would love that. This artwork is super cool. I really like it. And they are wearing kind of these masks that makes it kind of theatrical, which I love. But they still have these expressions on their faces that makes them easier to read. So yeah, that is Revelations Tarot. And then we can do a little bit nicer deck again, a little bit softer, but still this has this dark arts. Let me show you. Here's a part of the guidebook, glossy pages. These also kind of reminds me of the night sky. Darn. All right. So, oh, look at that silver edging. Anyways, you can see here that the sides here are quite dark on all of the cards, like the dark night sky, and it kind of looks a bit like stardust around them. And all the animals, it's animals on all of the cards, but the animals almost looks like star signs, and they pop out because it's so dark in the background, and they pop out like star signs almost, and that's what I like about this. And as well as the animals are cute, of course. I didn't ever think that I would own an animal tarot deck, but this one is just so beautiful. But I still haven't used it, so but the art style is gorgeous, and I just used it a couple of times, but yeah, anyway, it's beautiful and it fits for January. So that was Oriens Animal Tarot. Now we always need some lights in our lives, and again, especially in January. And yeah, Angel Answers is quite the colorful and shiny deck. The cards just pop out. Here's a part of the guidebook. No, I think these would be great to use like on the side to maybe a year ahead reading. You can maybe use one of these on the sides for a more I was about to speak Norwegian there for a more clear answer. And yeah, it's nice to have the angels walking beside you in such a dark time of year as well. So yeah, I actually just ordered the new pocket edition of this. So I am curious to see which one I like the most, if I like this bigger one the most, or if I would like the pocket edition more. If you have the pocket edition, let me know what your thoughts are. Now we have a kind of a dreamy vibe with the Oriens Animal Tarot, but we need an oracle that has kind of a dreamy vibe as well. So I have chosen Divine Animals Oracle. Here's part of the guidebook here. And the cards on the back here, the backs of the cards. These ones also kind of reminds me of like a star sign, at least the night sky. I wish these were edged in some color, so I might have to do that sometime maybe, but I still haven't edited any of my decks, so I don't know if I dare to do it. But yeah, even though these cards, they are kind of dark, the colors are dark, they, of course some light as well, but they're not like overly light. They are more towards darker colors, even though it's not totally dark. Oh my god, I can't get my words right. And you have like, in a lot of the pictures, you also have this stardust here as well that just brings forward the magical feel of these cards. Not all of the cards have, but a lot of them do. So yeah, a little bit more fantasy or dreamy deck, oracle deck for January. But these backs here is just perfect for January, if you ask me. And lastly, we need something a little bit more basic. So I have chosen Everyday Tarot to be like a kind of a basic deck. The guidebook, it doesn't say too much in the guidebook, but it's a little bit, and it has both upright and reversed. So that's nice to have both. And I don't really like this plastic part of this deck either. But the cards are quite nice. They are simple, but very nice. And the edging here is quite beautiful as well. It's kind of the glittery gold. And the cards also have in the purple color, it's kind of faded in most of, sorry, take a bit down maybe, in most of the cards. And I kind of like that, because even though it's quite simple, that fading out of the purple here and there makes it a little bit more exciting somehow. I actually really like that. I know some people have said that they think it's something wrong with the deck, but I'm pretty sure that it's supposed to be like that. No, I would be curious to see like 2 of this deck and see if the purple is faded in the same places in all decks, or if it's random. I would actually quite curious to see that. I could obviously just look at my deck and look at another flip through of it when I'm thinking of it. I might have to do that. Or if you know, just let me know down below. But yeah, this has, you know, it kind of makes it look like a night sky as well, with the fading out as well in some way. So that was the last deck. Now I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, I hope you would consider giving me a like down below. And if you like this kind of content, do consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And any kind of support, liking, commenting, or subscribing, I really, really appreciate you all. And yeah, that's it for this video. And I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and magical day. Bye.